Hello everyone. Now we are going to explain about children language acquisition. Well, here are the group's members. We start from language acquisition theory. The first stage is cooing. It starts since the children at the age of 2 until 6 months old. At the age of 2, as have been explained in the Scoville book, acquisition, when I was child, I spoke as child. Children start to cooing, but then it becomes more succeeded at the age of 6 months.
The second stage is babbling. It has two different types of babbling, namely marginal and canonical babbling. Marginal babbling starts earlier than the canonical babbling. According to the language acquisition theory, it is truly said that the babbling starts at the age of 9 months old, and it is influenced by the native language of the speaker. In this case, it is the babies themselves. However, it is differently stated from the passage entitled "When I was a child, I spoke as a child." It is explained that the age of 6 months old at the baby starts the marginal babbling, followed by the canonical babbling at the age of 8 months old with the influence from the caretaker's language.
The third stage is first word. In the theory of language acquisition, it is true that the first word comes at the age of 1 year old or 12 months. But in the relation with the story, the form of word is still in the form of idiomorphs, which refer to prominent, everyday object and usually things that can be manipulated by a child, such as mama, dada, and doggy.
The fourth stage is the birth of grammar. In the story entitled "When I Was a Child, I Spoke as a Child," there is a stage called as holoprostic stage, and in the relation with the theory of language acquisition, there is a stage called as telegraphic speech, which begins at the age of 2 years old by using multi-word utterances. However, in the story, it is stated that it is only used single-word sentences, such as the word milk means, "Do you have any milk?" Milk means, "I would like some milk," and it is still like in functions. The last stage is the birth of grammar. In this stage, as have been stated in the story, there is a birth of transformational generative grammar, and it is accordance with the theory as have been said that children almost develop normal speech at the age of 5 years old. In the story, children starts to develop almost natural speech at the age of 3.
The next is innateness theory. The theory of innateness is also found in the story. It has relation with the theory which is said that children have a device to help them learning the language. This device is biologically created in children's brain and has an aim to help them in learning language. It is also explained in the theory that children have this inborn device which later develop to help to understand about the grammar without considering where the children are raised. It is also supported by the story which is said that the language development in children is not influenced by surroundings environments, but it is also helped with the inborn device exists in their brain. At this time, children also possess a universal grammar as a property of human in acquiring the language. Yet, there is a crucial time which should be considered. It is a time in which children have to acquire and learn about the language they belong to, or they may not learn the language as other children do.
The next is cognitive theory, which relates to childish creativity. In the story, it is said that children might construct the new words by using their creativity as the result of the interaction with the environment. It is again emphasized that children's language acquisition also influenced by the surrounding environment. They construct the words creatively from the words they have been heard from their mother, and it might derive
from the words they never heard before. In cognitive theory, it is said that children might construct their new words as the result of the interaction with their surrounding environment, and this process can be clearly seen in the second stage of Jean Piaget cognitive development theory, namely pre-operational period at 2 until 7 years old. This proves that the theory has a relation with the evidence found in the story.
The next is stages of linguistic development. In this stage, it is believed that the acquisition of the language by children is varied in every stages. It is stated that there is a crucial time that children should learn language, and it is already explained and has a relation with the innateness theory proposed by Noam Chomsky. Yet, it is being emphasized again that children might develop development in every stages. Children might get influence from the environment, or might get influence from the interaction with their mother, or might get it from their experience. The result might vary from one children to another. The story also shows another evidence in acquiring language by children. In this stage, children develop in terms of its linguistic development. It can be seen from the examples provided in the story in the form of dialogue. In the first dialogue, children still use the auxiliary verb not in the proper way. Then, in the second examples, children can use the auxiliary verb but not in the correct structure. And in the third example, children can properly use the auxiliary verb. It is also proven by usage-based theory, which explained that children initially construct their language through very concrete construction based on what they heard and used. This gives clear explanations that children might develop their grammar gradually as they heard and used the language itself.
So, those are from our group explanations. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.